Did you know a calendar invite can schedule your death and reschedule it if you hit decline? This story comes from Toronto, Canada, in February of 2023. My friend Leah Nugent doesn't believe in ghosts. She believes in deadlines, caffeine, and the kind of quiet that only exists after midnight, when the city sounds far away and your phone becomes the loudest thing in the room. On February 17th, she was working late in her new apartment, one of those renovated buildings that still smells faintly like fresh paint over old history. Her desk lamp was on, everything else dark. At 11:11 p.m., her phone buzzed. It was a calendar invite. The title read, "Last Appointment." The time was 11:11 p.m. The location was her exact home address. She stared, thinking it had to be spam, but the sender, it looked almost like her own email address, same name, same letters except one character was off, a perfect imitation with a tiny, unsettling flaw. Leah tapped decline. The invite vanished. 10 seconds later, her phone buzzed again, same title, same location, but the new time was 11:12 p.m. She declined it again. Buzz. 11:13 p.m. Buzz. 11:14 p.m. Buzz. 11:15 p.m. It wasn't just returning, it was counting forward, minute by minute, as if it were calmly walking toward a moment that would happen whether she agreed to it or not. Leah frantically tried to block the sender, but there was no option. She tried to report it as spam, but the button wasn't there. She opened the invite details. In the description field, 2 words appeared. "Don't look at the peephole." Her throat tightened. This was too specific to be random. She quickly called her friend Mina and put her on speaker. "Stay on the phone with me," Leah whispered. Mina, half asleep, just laughed. "Relax, it's just some dumb prank invite." Leah's voice trembled. "It knows my address." Another buzz. "Last appointment, 11:16 p.m. The description had changed. "Stay away from the door." Leah slowly turned her head toward her front door. She didn't move closer. She just listened. At first there was nothing. Then, she heard a very faint sound of breathing, coming from the other side of the door, as if someone was standing right there, their breath seeping through the crack. Leah backed away, her heart pounding. Her phone buzzed again. 11:17 p.m. The description now read, "You're late." Leah snatched her keys and rushed toward the kitchen to grab her shoes. Suddenly, the kitchen light flickered on by itself. She froze. Her keys, the ones she had just been holding, were now placed neatly beside the sink, as if someone had gently set them down for her. Mina whispered through the phone, "Leah, are you alone?" Leah couldn't answer, because a new smell had just filled the air, bleach and wet metal. Her phone buzzed. 11:18 p.m. The location had changed. It was now just one word, bathroom. Leah stared at the screen. The hallway to the bathroom felt longer than it ever had before. Leah didn't walk like a character in a horror movie, marching straight toward her doom. She walked like someone trying not to make a sound in her own home, terrified that any noise would attract attention. The bathroom door was open just a crack. She knew she hadn't left it that way. Inside, there was only darkness. Her phone buzzed once more. 11:19 p.m. Description: closer. Leah held up her phone, using the camera to look instead of her own eyes, as if the screen could somehow protect her. The camera's exposure slowly adjusted to the dark room. At first, it showed nothing. Then, it revealed a shape, something darker than the surrounding darkness, standing right where her shower curtain should have been. It wasn't a clear person, it was just a presence, something that took up space. And the mirror. The mirror was fogged from the inside, as if someone had just breathed on it from behind the glass. And then, a line began to appear on the fog, drawn slowly by an invisible finger, spelling out a word, CHECKD, ion. Leah stumbled backwards so fast she slammed against the hallway wall. Her phone buzzed. 11:20 p.m. The event status had changed. Accepted attendee. Leah Nguyen. Leah whispered, her voice breaking. "I didn't accept it." Mina was almost screaming now. "Leah, get out. Leave the apartment." Leah ran to the front door, her hand fumbling for the lock. She pulled, the door wouldn't open. The chain lock was on. Leah never, ever used the chain. She reached up to unhook it and recoiled. The chain was wet, not just damp. It was wet enough to drip cold water onto her fingertips. And from the other side of the door, a soft sound began. A slow, dragging scrape, like a fingernail testing the seam of the doorframe, patient and delicate. Leah's phone buzzed again, but this time, the update felt like a final blow. The event time had jumped backward. Last appointment, 11:11 p.m. And beneath it, as calmly as a normal calendar reminder, were 2 new words: checked in. Mina whispered, "Leah, don't." But Leah cut her off with a tiny broken gasp. She could hear someone just outside her door now. It wasn't footsteps. It wasn't movement. It was a voice, her own voice, soft, close to the crack of the door, as if lips were pressed right against the wood. "Don't open it," her own voice said. "I'm outside." Leah shook her head, unable to speak. The voice continued, gentle, almost comforting. "And you're inside." Leah didn't sleep that night. She sat on the floor with her back against the wall, Mina still on the speakerphone, waiting for daylight like it was a rescue team. When morning finally came, the apartment was normal again. The chain on the door was dry. The bathroom mirror was clear. The smell of bleach and metal was gone. There was just Leah's reflection, exhausted, ordinary, and alive. She moved out that same day. She changed her passwords, bought a new phone, and swore she would never trust a notification ever again. But it didn't matter because the invite wasn't tied to her apartment. It was tied to her. Every single night, at exactly 11:11 p.m., whatever phone Leah owns buzzes once. It's the same event. The same title. The same calm, terrifying insistence. One night, Mina was with her in her new place when it happened. They watched together as the invite opened itself on the screen. But this time, under attendees, there were two names listed, Leah Nguyen, and right below it, Leah Nguyen. Mina whispered, "Why are there two of you?" Leah didn't look up from her phone. Her voice was flat, like she had run out of fear and only had the cold, hard truth left. "Because one of us finally checked in, and from the hallway outside her new door, right on time." They both heard it, a slow, careful scrape, a fingernail on wood, testing the seam, patient as if it could wait forever. This happened in Toronto. Where are you watching from? Let me know your country in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more stories like this.